Hi guys, West Country Explorer here again. Right, now yesterday I went to Sherborne and I went round Sherborne Abbey. I was doing the first episode in my Dorset Best Churches series. This book, I bought this long time ago, many years ago, and read bits and pieces, got dipped into the various sort of chapters about the churches in there. Never really got round to visiting them, but I'm doing it now. So there's, like I said yesterday, 65 churches in here, and I'm going to, over the course of time, going to be doing a YouTube video on every single church. So in the book, so yesterday Sherborne Abbey, that was first episode 1 of 65. Now today it's going to be video 2 of 65, and I'm at Fontmell Magna, and that's Fontmell Magna church behind me. I'm gonna have a look around, guys, and thankfully there's nobody about, so I can talk during the video without disturbing other people's peace and quiet and all the rest. So yesterday when I was at Sherborne Abbey going around inside, a few other people around, so I didn't talk because I didn't want to disturb their peace and quiet, and I didn't want to disturb their contemplation and that. But today don't think there's anyone inside, which means I can do a bit more talking and all the rest, so that's all good. I'm going to go around the outside first and then inside. Should we start the vid, guys? What do you say? Yeah, let's start the main vid. A little bit of the village of Fontmell Magna. There's the church of St Andrew. Fontmell Magna is only about 4 miles down the road from Shaftesbury, where I'm now living. Bit of a hilly cycle ride here, so I've got the joys of doing that again on the way home. Now yesterday when I, sorry, stepping down some steps there. Yesterday when I went to Sherborne Abbey, I said it's a bit compact sort of around there. What I mean by that is couldn't quite get far enough away from the Abbey to get some nice long shots and all the rest. That's why I could have really done with a drone and that. But here it's a bit easier to get some long shots. Now I'm coming in close, hopefully zoom in. Just wanted to get those in. Some interesting little bits there. And also with Sherborne Abbey, with lots of people being around, I'm a bit self-conscious talking, doing recording. But here, what I'm going to do is, if I take you back to the path, I quickly come back this way, I can come up the path like this. But here, nice and open, so I can get long shots like this. Nobody around, so I don't feel self-conscious talking. Now looking at it, St Andrews, I can see why it's got a place in that book as one of the best churches, because it is quite a nice church. Take you around the side here. I mean, I've always been a bit fascinated by churches, like the architect and all the rest. I'm going to zoom in again. Male head on the left, female head on the right. Oh. What I'll do is an extension to the graveyard here, and I'll come back a bit as far as I can, get a shot in. Oh, a bit bright there, the sun, then come down this way. Oh. Down the other side. I can't remember if it's got slightly Saxon origins or if it's all purely Norman origins, this church. But I mean, it's quite an old church. Like I said, it's dedicated to St Andrew. One sort of like grave memorial of note is this, dedicated to a soldier whose father was the rector here in the 19th century. What I'll do is I'll read it out. Well, you can probably read it. In respect to his memory, in admiration of his worth and courage, a public subscription beginning in his own parish of more than £800 was raised for the erection of this monument and for outfitting 2 young brothers for military cadetship given by the Honourable East Indian Company to mark their high sense of the character and service of Philip Salkeld. Sacred to the memory of Philip Salkeld, Lieutenant of Bengal Engineers, son of Reverend Robert Salkeld and Elizabeth his wife, of this parish, born 1830 at Fontmell, died October 11th 1857 at Delhi, wounded mortally and blown open the Cashmere Gate. Received on the battlefield a Victoria Cross. The officers to whom I am more particularly indebted, Lieutenant Salkeld of the Engineers, who personally fastened the powder bags to the gates, fixed the hose, and although fearfully wounded, continued to hand to a non-commissioned officer of the sappers and miners the light to fire the train from the dispatches of Brigadier Campbell. Extract of a letter from one of his brother officers. He died as a true Christian, his Bible for many days of illness his only book. Blessed are the dead which die in the Lord, from henceforth ye saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labours. Yeah, so basically, Lieutenant Salkeld and his sort of fellow officers, they're in Delhi. Mutineers were overwhelming Delhi in the Cashmere Gate, so they blew up the Cashmere Gate to stop the mutineers getting the arsenal that they had. And Philip Salkeld, he was the one that sort of kind of lit the arsenal, blew it up. And for that he was given the Victoria Cross. So there you go, Philip Salkeld. Now in that book, Dorset Best Churches book, one comment it made when talking about that memorial grave is saying Philip Salkeld blown up the Cashmere Gate like that. A bit like a prototype suicide bomber. Yeah, so there's an ethical question. Was he a prototype suicide bomber? Or was he a war hero who deserved to get the Victoria Cross? And on that happy note, guys, I'm going to take you inside the church. Right, just inside the entrance porch. I just thought I'd show you those up there. And those there. Come inside and you can see you've got all those there, look. It's quite nice. There's I was reading there's 3 fonts here. What was it? One was a Saxon font, one was a 12th century font, and one was a Victorian font. Can't remember which one that one is. But there's 3 fonts here. What I'm going to do is double check in my book and put it in the description. Little bits and pieces there. It's quite nice. Oh. Stained glass window to St. Nicholas, St. George, there he's killing a dragon, and Dorcas. Not sure who Dorcas was. Right, here we go. So, right, believed to be from the right. So that's a Saxon font. Believed to be from the original Saxon church which stood on this site. Right, so the church does have Saxon origins. Right, so that's the Saxon font. I've got a feeling that was the 13th century font. I've got a feeling. I'll have to double check the book on that. Oh, what's that? Is that a... If I zoom in, what's that? Is that a ram with wings? Something like that? That's the main bit. Sort of more up there, look. Probably looks a bit grainy, not too good quality, so. Come up here. Oh, look at that. What's that? John Light Bennett of Hartwich, Dorset, late Chief of Police of Gibraltar, and Chief of CID in South Africa, Treasurer and Trustee of Gibraltar Cathedral. Oh, there you go. Right, there you go. West window in his church was erected by Lord Wolverton in loving memory of his father, George Carglin, 1st Baron Wolverton. Born April 27th, 1797, died July 24th, 1873. Good innings. That looks like the Last Supper being depicted. Well, there's another Salkeld from the 18th century. Oh no, born 1795, died 1866. Oh, Robert Salkeld, that was the rector. Buried beneath the cross memorial, Philip, his third son. Right. Yeah, so Philip, who blew up the Cashmere Gate, got the Victoria Cross. That's a plaque to his father, who was rector here. Now normally, these have steps right next to them, these pulpit things. I wonder where the steps to that one is. Well, obviously behind that door somewhere. There's a little peephole. So if there's anyone sitting here, we'll be able to look through there to see the communion table. If the organ wasn't blocking the view. I think that was done to commemorate, I think it was George III, one of the kings, who was only sort of on the throne for a few years, about 2-3 years, something like that. Was it George III, son of James I or something? Oh, my memory's a bit rusty on that bit of history, but I did read about that, so double check that. Fontmell Magna, 888 to 1988. So, what's that, 1100 years? 1100 years or so. Right, guys, what I'll do is I'll flip you around a second. Oh guys, there you go. Episode 2 of the series on St Andrew's Church, Fontmell Magna. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Like I said, feel free to leave me a comment, tell me what you think of the little series so far, and if you're enjoying it. Like I said, got another 63 more episodes to go, which I'll be doing over the course of however long it takes me to do the series. So hope you enjoy it. Like I said, do the usual, thumbs up, thumbs down, all the rest, and look forward to seeing you in the next vid, whenever that is. In the meantime, guys, the usual, take care, stay safe, God bless.